Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, friends. Good evening, all of you. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Vanjanathan. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, friends. I hope all of you are doing good. Gunjan, Utkarsh, Nancy. Good evening. Good evening, Brajneet, Ajira, Vasundhara, Joy, Lalita, Dinesh. Everyone, good evening. Am I clearly visible and audible to all of you? Hi, Pihu, Dikshit, Sanat, Manam. Okay, great. So I am clearly visible and audible to all of you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Please quickly join in, settle down. Good evening, everyone. All right, friends. So, welcome to our third lecture of quantitative ability for CSAT 2024. Now, let's first of all talk about today's agenda. Now, up till now, in the last two lectures, we have covered the topics that I am marking on your screen. So, these are the topics that we have already covered. Okay. Now, in no, Ankush, you are not at all wrong. But like you say that CSAT is all about reading unseens and class 6 to 11 maths and some basic intelligence. So if you'll use the word basic intelligence, so the word is very vague. Okay. Now, basic intelligence for you, it may be a different thing, a different level of intelligence. For me, it may be a different level of intelligence. For a third person, it may be different level of intelligence, right? So it is difficult to measure this, like what kind of intelligence that is required, right? But definitely, you need to be very intelligent to crack the examination of civil services. Okay, if you talk about maths, so yes, I would agree with that. It requires elementary mathematics only. Okay, so not very difficult questions of mathematics are asked if I'll compare it with other examinations, which will ask you some very high level of questions of quantitative ability. So I do agree with you. Yes, it requires intelligence. It requires reading the unseen. Definitely, you have to be well read if you want to clear this examination. Okay. All right. So the topics that I have already marked on the screen, these are the topics that we have covered in the previous lectures. Now today we are going to cover percentages, the very basics of percentages, then application of percentages in profit and loss, simple interest and compound interest. Okay. Right? So we are going to cover up these things. Somu, you are saying that probability was covered in class 11. So yes, permutation, combination, probability, these are the topics that we have covered after 10 standard, but does not matter at all because these are very elementary problems that we'll be doing in permutation, combination and probability. And you are not going to have any kind of difficulty when we'll be covering up these things in our lecture. Okay. All right. Now, these are the four topics that we are going to cover today: percentages, profit and loss, simple interest, and compound interest. So, in the first 1.5 or 2 hours, we'll be covering up percentages and profit and loss. We'll take a break somewhere around 6:45 or 7 o'clock. After that, we'll continue with simple interest and compound interest. Okay. All right. Now we'll be discussing. I'll be basically discussing each and every basic of percentages. So today I'll be slightly slow, and like because a lot of you have already written that we are weak in percentages, so you are requesting me to explain it deeply, so I'll do that. Okay. Now some of you are saying that I'm not visible, I'm not audible, so can you please confirm if I'm clearly visible and audible? So give me a few seconds. All right. So from my side, everything is okay. So let us quickly begin with percentages, right? Now, talking about the very basics of percentages, what do we understand by percent? What do we understand by percent? Now, cent means 100 per, so per 100. Okay. So Rani says part of 100 or out of 100, anything like this. So when we compare anything with 100, we call it percent. We'll calculate percent. Now I'm sure that all of you must have calculated percentage a lot of times in your life. So in your school, in your colleges, after your examinations, you receive your result, and the first thing that we do always do is calculation of percentage. Okay. So we have done the calculation of percentage a lot of times, but when it comes in terms of statements, when there are huge statements which are given to us, so it gets very difficult for us to comprehend those statements, and it gets very difficult for us to find out what is basically asked in the question. All right. So today we are going to deal with all those kind of things. But to begin with, we will first of all focus on some type of calculations in percentages. Okay. So, in the first few minutes, I'll be telling you how you can make the calculations of percentages look easy. Okay. Now, first of all, very basic things about percentages. So let's say if you want to calculate 25 percentage of any number, no, not let's not take 25, let's say 30 percentage of 180, right? So how do we write this? We write this as 30 upon 100 multiplied by 180, and we cancel out zeros, so zero cancel out ho jayenge, and then 3 multiplied by 18 is equal to 54. Okay, so we do all such things and then we get the answer. All right. Now I have a different way of calculating these things. Now what I believe is, the more you will write, jitna zyada rough work karenge, the more rough work we will do, the more time we are going to take to solve any particular question, right? So if we can manage these calculations orally, then obviously we can save a lot of time. Okay. So let's see how to first of all handle this type of calculation. Now I have to calculate 30 percentage of 180. Okay. Now all of you please answer me. Just be with me. What if I'll ask you, what is 100 percentage of 180? What is 100 percentage of 180? 100 percentage of any number is the number itself. Definitely it will be 180. Okay. 100% of anything will be the same value. All right. Now what will be 10 percentage of 180? Definitely it will be 18. All right. So 10 percentage of 180 will be equal to 18. What will be 1 percentage of 180? What will be 1 percentage of 180? It will be 1.8. What will be 0.1 percentage of 180? 0.1 percentage kitna hoga? Further, you can shift the decimal to the left hand side and it will be 0.18 and so on. Okay. Now, if you know 10 percentage of 180, which is 18, then can I say that 20 percentage will be double of this number? That is 18 multiplied by 2. 30 percentage will be triple of this number, 18 multiplied by 3, and so on, right? Similarly, if 1 percentage is known, then it can be easy to calculate 2 percentage, 3 percentage, 4 percentage, and so on by just multiplying this number by 2, 3, 4, and so on. All right. Do you agree with me? 1 percentage is 180. So, sorry, 1 percentage is 1.8. So, 2 percentage will be 3.6. 3 percentage will be 5.4, and so on. These are basic additions and multiplications. All right. So, if I have a problem like this, why to write all these things 30 divided by 100 into 18? Why to write this thing? If I am asked to calculate 30 percentage of 180, so start with 10 percentage of this number. 10 percentage is 18. So 30 percentage will be 18 multiplied by 3, that is 54. Ultimately, you have done the same thing. Ultimately, you have done the same thing. So why not do it while practicing every type of calculation? Now Megha says, yes sir, but if we forget this trick in examination center, what? So what? Now Megha, this is not something that we will forget. Okay. And obviously you will definitely forget if you'll not practice all these things. Fine. So my work is to tell you each and everything. Now it's your job, it's your examination. So it's your job to practice all these things so that you will not forget such things in the examination. Right? Fine. Fair enough, Megha. Do you agree with me? I believe a lot of you will agree with me. So my work, my job, my it's my thing that I will tell you each and everything. I'll teach you whatever I know. I will teach you everything that will save your time in the examination. Right? Now, totally up to you how much practice you will do and how much you can retain in the examination. So mathematics, quantitative ability is all about practice. Okay, जितना ज़्यादा practice करोगे, the more you will practice, the more you will remember, the more you will retain. Okay, all right. So let's continue. So let's deal with other different problems related to this. Okay, so we are going to solve a lot of things. So good, Shamu. So next question is the same. So Shamu says, what if they are asking 34 percentage of 180? Okay, Shamu, all of you focus. All of you. Now 34 percentage of 180. In my mind, I will break this problem in smaller parts. Okay. So what I believe is, if I am given a bigger problem and if I'll break it in smaller parts, then it will be easier to handle and my answer will be accurate. Right? So 34 percentage of 180, right now I'm writing it. You can do it orally as well, but after practice. So I can break it in two parts, 30 percentage and 4 percentage. Dinesh, absolutely correct. Very good, Dinesh. So 30 percentage and 4 percentage. Now in my mind, 30 percentage. Now for 30 percentage, I'll calculate 10 percentage. 10 percentage is 18. So 30 percentage is 18 multiplied by 3. That is 54. Just keep this number in your mind. 54. 54 in your mind. Now let's move towards 4 percentage. Now for 4 percentage, I'll calculate 1 percentage. 1 percentage is 1.8. I need 4 percentage. So 1.8 multiplied by 4. Now 1.8 multiplied by 4 अगर directly नहीं कर सकते, if you cannot do it directly, so first of all multiply it by 2 and then by 2. So 1.8 multiplied by 4 can be written as 1.8 multiply 2 multiply 2. So 1.8 ka double is 3.6. Double of 3.6 is 7.2. So this number is 7.2. So just add these two things. 54 plus 7 is 61. 61.2 will be your answer. Okay. Now, understand one thing. At the initial stages, at the initial stages, you will definitely take some extra time for these calculations. Okay. But if you'll do practice, you will be very fast and very accurate with these calculations. All right. So all you have to do is practice. Now, if you'll come and complain that, sir, this trick is taking a lot of time. So yes, it will definitely take a lot of time if you'll not practice this. Okay. All right. Now I'll take some more examples. All of you keep focusing. Let's say we have to calculate 62 percentage of 460. Now, all of you keep listening. Do not write anything, just keep listening. Now, there are multiple ways of dealing with same problem. It's just how you deal with that problem matters. Now, what I'll do is I'll break this in three parts: 50 percentage, 10 percentage, and 2 percentage. Now, what will be 50 percentage of this number? What will be 50 percentage of this number? 50 percentage of this number will be half of this, right? So half of this, that is 230, the first part. Okay. Now, people, wait, all of you, do not write anything. Now, it's a small request to some students to please focus on whatever I am speaking. Okay? So your mind is somewhere else and you are asking the same questions again and again. Now 61.2 is 54 plus 7.2. 54 plus 7.2 is 61.2. All right. Now I'll continue with the problem below. 62%, 62 can be written as 50 plus 10 plus 2. Right. Now 50% of this number is half of this number, that is 230. Now 10 percentage of this number, we already know, that is 46. Right. Then 2 percentage of this number. Now 1% of this number is 4.6. So 2 percentage will be double of that. That is 9.2. Okay. So just add these three numbers and you will get the answer. Add these three numbers and you will get the answer. All right. Okay. So 230 plus 46 is 276. 276 plus 9, that is 285.2. So 285.2 will be the final answer of this question. Right? Okay. Now, Megha, I agree that this is easy, but Megha, suggestion is keep practicing. Okay? So keep practicing all these things. So this is one method using which you can make your calculations look easy. Now let's look at another method. Okay, let's look at another method. Now there will be instances when you will see these type of percentages in your questions, like 12.5 percentage, 25 percentage, 33.33 percentage, 9.09 percentage, 11.11 percentage, 16.67 percentage, and so on. We'll be talking about a lot of these type of percentages. Okay. Now, if I look at this percentage, 25 percentage, or if I look at 50 percentage. Now, how do we calculate 50 percentage of any number? Any idea? How we calculate 50 percentage of any number? Definitely. Now, each and every person has written divided by 2. Okay. So you all agree that 50 percentage of any number is equivalent to half of that number. Right? Now, who told you this thing? Who told you this thing? Can I say that you already know that 50 percentage of any number is half of that number? Right? So if I'll ask you to calculate 50% using the previous method that I have told you, okay, like if I'll ask you 50 percentage of 110, if I'll ask you कि पहले 10% calculate करो, first of all calculate 10% and then multiply it by 5%, you will not do that. Acha guys, wait, all of you listen. Hema, Sharmila, Satyapal, other students who are writing the answer, listen all of you. Listen, all of you. Now, please do not write the answer of anything which I'm not asking you. What you are doing is you are busy in finding the answer of of the things that we don't require, and you are not listening to me in that process. Okay? So whenever I'll ask you something, please write the answer. Otherwise, just keep listening to me. Otherwise, you will miss some important thing that I'm speaking. Okay? Do you all agree with this? So 50% of 110, I'm not asking you to calculate this. Okay? Just listen to me. Okay? Important is listening, right? Okay. Now 50% of 110, if I've asked you this question, definitely you will not calculate 10% and then multiply it by 5. No, you will not use this method. What you will do is you will directly divide this number by 2. इसको half कर दोगे, right? So, in any question, 50 percentage can be replaced by 1 by 2. Okay? So, there are some fraction equivalents of percentages. Likewise, 25 percentage can be replaced by what fraction? Please write it. Absolutely. So it can be written as 1 by 4. Okay. So now I'll be giving you some fraction equivalents of percentages or vice versa. You will have to learn them so that you don't have to worry about that at the time of examination. Fine. You can always do the calculation, like 25 percentage can be written as 25 upon 100. Okay, 25 upon 100, you will simplify, it will become 1 by 4. All right. But in the examination, we are not going to do all these calculations if we can remember them. Now, you can remember them if you'll do practice once again. Okay. So let me write some percentage equivalents of fractions for all of you. So 1 by 2 is 50 percentage. 1 by 3 is 33.33 percentage. 1 by 4 is 25 percentage. Can you tell me what will be 1 by 5? Good, Girish. 1 by 5 is 20 percentage. 1 by 6 is 16.67 percentage. 1 by 7 is 14.28. 1 by 8 is 12.5. 1 by 9 is anyone? Good, Gish. So you remember a lot of them. Meghna, nice. So 11.11 percentage. Okay. Then 1 by 11. 1 by 11. Rishabh, I'm not writing 1 by 10. ठीक है वो तो easy है ना. 9.09. Chetan, it's 9.09. Soumya, Hema, 9.09. Ketan, then 1 by 12 भी लिख देता हूं. So I'll write some of them. The more you will learn, the better it will be. 1 by 13, anyone? 7.69 percentage. 1 by 14, I'll write it 7.14 percentage, and 1 by 15. Remember up till 1 by 15. Okay. Now some of them are easy. Lakshya Meghna 6.66, 6.67. It's similar. Okay. So if you remember 6.66, it's fine, no problem at all. 6.67 is equally good. Okay. So you must remember these percentage equivalents of fractions up till 1 by 15. Must remember these. Okay. Now, if you remember these percentage equivalents of fractions, it will help you in a lot of ways. I'm waiting for a few more seconds. Please note all these numbers, post done in the chat box, and then I'll go ahead. All right, done. No, Ankush, they will give you accurate values. So Ankush, if you are asked what is 16.67 percentage of, let's say 90, so 16.67 just converted to 1 by 6 multiplied by 90, and the answer will be 15. Okay, fine. So you can do that. Uh, thing is, sorry, who was asking that? Ankush. So Ankush, thing is, they have given this percentage in order to check if you can do this calculation, if you remember 1 by 6 or not. All right. So this is the intention of asking this question, right? So go ahead, just use these percentage equivalents of fractions without any fear. Okay. All right. Now, friends, moving ahead. Now, if you remember these percentage equivalents of fractions, right? So I'll take an example. So let's say if you know that 1 by 8 is 12.5 percentage. Okay, then the multiples of these will also be very helpful. So 3 by 8. So 1 by 8 is 12.5. So 3 by 8 will be 37.5 percentage. Okay, so in any question, if they're asking about 37.5 percentage, you can replace it by 3 by 8. All right. So this is one thing that will be used, these percentage equivalents with their multiples as well. Another example is this one. So 1 by 9, 1 by 9, we know that it is 11.11 percentage. So if somebody will ask you 44.44 percentage of something, so 44.44 percentage can be written as, yes, go ahead. So 11.11 multiplied by 4 is 44.44. So multiply 1 by 9 by 4. So it will become 4 by 9. Right? So this will come through practice only. ऐसा नहीं है कि like if you will start remembering them today, you will remember all of them by tomorrow. No, it will not happen. So you will have to use them. You will have to do practice. You will have to apply them in the questions. Then only you will be able to retain. Then only you will be able to apply these numbers in your calculations and hence in the examination. All right. Great. So this is the first thing, as far as calculations is concerned, that will help you. Okay. Now, next thing is some of the statements that will be there in the questions, using which you will have to interpret, you will have to make an expression that you will calculate. So, how to convert a statement into an algebraic expression? This is what we are going to learn in the next 10 minutes, and then we'll start solving the questions. Okay. So, in a question, if they're asking, so I'll give you two numbers. Let's say A is 40 and the value of B is 50. Now, Meshach, I'll go back and will explain. So, Meshach, 1 by 9 is 11.11. This I've already told you here. 1 by 9 is 11.11. I'm asking you 44.44 percentage. So, 11.11 multiplied by 4, it's 44.44. Okay, so just multiply 1 by 9. So, 1 by 9 multiplied by 4 will be 4 by 9. All right. So this is how you can calculate, get the fractional equivalent of 44.44. Correct? Okay. Now moving ahead, let's say there are two numbers A and B which are given to you. Okay. Let's say A is 40 and B is 50. The numbers, the values are not important. So just let's talk about using them in statements. So let's say the question is A is what percentage of B? A is what percentage of B? Okay, this is the question. So A has a value 40, B has a value 50. So the question is A is what percentage of B? So what will you calculate? Don't give me the final answer. Chetan, don't give me the final answer. Give me the expression for this. Girsh, absolutely correct. Now, I don't know if my language is very difficult. It's hard to understand. People are writing the final answer. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't understand that I don't want the final answer. I want the expression, preferably in terms of A and B. Okay. So A is what percentage of B will be written as A upon B multiplied by 100. In this case, it will be 40 upon 50 multiplied by 100. Rest, you can do the calculation yourself. I'm not doing that. Important is this expression. A upon B multiplied by 100. A is what percentage of B. So you will have to compare the value of A with the value of B. Okay. So A, B का कितना percentage है? So B will go in the denominator. Now, in these questions, you will be very confused in determining what will be in the denominator. Okay. So very careful with this. Now, next, what percentage of B is A? So give me an expression in terms of A and B. Okay. Now, friends, the two statements that I have written, they both are absolutely same. They both are same. What percentage of B, what percentage of B is A. So one is active voice, one is passive voice. Okay. So look at this part of B, of B. Again, I have to compare the value of A with the value of B. So it will again be written as A upon B multiplied by 100. So do not commit a mistake in such cases. Okay. So what percentage of B is A? These two statements are absolutely same, active voice and passive voice. This is verbal ability, right? Okay. Now next statement. Careful, huh? So A was 40 and B was 50, right? Now I can see that the value of A is less than the value of B. The value of A is less than the value of B. So question is, A is what percentage less than B? A is what percentage less than B? Again, I need an expression in terms of A and B. So if you're not writing the expression in terms of A and B, please do that. A is what percentage less than B? Devyani, small error, but very good. You have tried it well. So please check. Sanjana correct, Chetan correct, Ankush correct, Krishka good. Make it simple. Nessie, your answer is correct. Okay, now let's check. Now A is less than B, right? A is less than B. Now A is how much less than B? In terms of numbers, A is how much less than B? In terms of value, A is how much less than B? It is 10, right? A is 10 less than B. I'm not talking about percentage. Just forget about percentage. Value wise, A is how much less than B? Value wise, A is 10 less than B, right? Now, how do you get this 10? How do you get this 10? A minus B or B minus A? B minus A, right? How do we get this 10? B minus A. So, in the numerator, we'll have to write the difference between the numbers. B minus A. Larger number minus the smaller number. It will not be A minus B. It will be B minus A. Okay? Divided by, we have to compare this difference with the value of B. Again, it is mentioned in the question. A is what percentage less than B, than the value of B. So B will go in the denominator and then multiply by 100. Okay, so the question itself will tell you what should be the denominator. Okay, generally this is the only confusion that we have, right? What should be the denominator? So B minus A upon B into 100. Now substitute the value and get the answer. You will be able to do that. Okay. Next is, be careful. B is what percentage more than A? We know that B is more than A. So B is what percentage more than A? Sanjana, absolutely correct. Chetan, good. Krishika, very good. Tulasi, good. Girsh, Hemlata, Nancy, Ramya, lot of you. Nice. So B is what more than A? B A से कितना ज़्यादा है? So B is 10 more than A value wise. Okay. So how do we calculate 10? Again, the difference between the numbers. So B minus A, right? So B is how much more than A? B A से कितना ज़्यादा है? People, you'll have to talk to yourself randomly. If you write the answer randomly, it will not help you. Okay, so B is how much more than A? Values are given. B A से कितना ज़्यादा है? The difference between them is 10. How do you get this? B minus A. Okay, right? Divided by, now look at the question. Question says than A. B is what percentage more than the value of A? So the denominator will be A multiplied by 100. Now both these answers will be different. They will not be same. Obviously they cannot be same because the question is different. Right? Clear? So these are two statements, or these are some statements, 3 or 4 statements that will bother you in every question. Okay? Right? So these are some things that you need to know. Okay? All right. Now let's look at some questions. Let's start solving some questions. So question number 1 on your screen. Karthik, answer for second expression B minus A 10 upon, so answer is 25 percentage. So here it will be 50 minus 40 upon 50 into 100. This will be 20 percentage. Here it is 50 minus 40 divided by 40 into 100. It will come out to be 25 percentage. Okay. Now you could have calculated it yourself. Does not matter. Expression pata hai. Just substitute the values and you will get your answer. Okay. Now question number 1. If the length of a rectangle is increased by 33.33 percentage, then by what percentage should the width of the rectangle be decreased so that there is no change in the area of the rectangle? Okay, I am giving you a poll, all of you. Now you will post your answer in the poll that I'm going to start now. All right. So 36 percentage of the students have given the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. You would know that. Okay. Now I'll discuss more than one method of solving this question. Okay. Now totally depends how much you understand these methods. Then you can apply these methods and save your time. Now first method is a very basic method. So the length of the rectangle and the breadth of the rectangle. So let's say the length is x and the breadth is y. Now this is the method in which I'll be using variables. Okay. So length, let's say original length is x and original breadth is y. Okay. Now the statement says that the length of the rectangle is increased by 33.33 percentage. Okay. Now increase of 33.33 percentage. So the new length will become x plus, now 33.33 percentage in terms of fractions, it is 1 by 3. So length is increased by one third. So new length will become, I'm sorry, x plus x by 3, that is 4x upon 3. Okay, fine. So originally the length was x. Now the length has increased by 33.33%. That is one third. So the new length has become 4x by 3. Okay. Now originally the breadth was y. I don't know what is the new breadth. This is what I have to calculate. Okay. So I'll leave it as it is. So let's say this is B. Now, what is the original area? Length into breadth, that is x into y, that is xy. Okay. This is the original area, length into breadth. Now the new area is again length multiplied by breadth. So that means 4x upon 3 multiplied by b. All right. I will equate them. X will get cancelled. What will be the value of b in terms of y? It will become 3 by 4 y. So I can say that the new breadth will be equal to 3 by 4 y. All right. ठीक है. So if length has increased by 33.33 percentage, then if the original breadth was y, the new breadth is 3 by 4 y. All right. ठीक है. Now let's look at what is the formula for percentage change. We have to calculate percentage change. Okay. So percentage change is change upon initial value multiplied by 100. Please note down this. Percentage change is change divided by initial value multiplied by 100. Okay. Now we have equated these two areas because in the question it is given that there is no change in area. That is why I have equated these two areas. Okay. So originally the breadth was y, and now the breadth has become 3 by 4 y. Okay. So what is the percentage change? Percentage changes change upon initial value multiplied by 100. So percentage changes change upon initial value multiplied by 100. Okay. Now, out of these two values, which value is more, which value is less? Which one of them is more? Which value is higher? Absolutely, y is higher. Okay. So y is higher than 3/4 of y. So change will be larger value minus the smaller value divided by, out of these two, initial value is y multiplied by 100. So can you do the calculation and tell me what will be the final answer, all of you? Absolutely. So it will be 100 divided by 4. Yes, Karthik. So 100 divided by 4 is 25 percentage. Okay. So do the calculations properly. Y minus 3 by 4y will be 1 by 4y. Y will get cancelled. So 1 by 4 multiplied by 100 will be 25 percentage. Okay. So 25 percentage will be the final answer of this question. Now, this is one very conventional way of, one very lengthy way of doing this question. Okay, right? Now, let's have a look at another way of doing the same question. Shall we look at a shorter way, an easier way? Yes, Ankush, it is. Okay, now shorter way. Now, if you observe this question, in this question, the values are not given, only percentages are given. Like everything is given in terms of percentages, whatever is given in terms of percentages. Okay. So, when everything is given in terms of percentages, what we have done here is we have started by assuming length and breadth as some variable. Okay. We have assumed them as variables. Okay. Now, if everything is given in terms of percentages, you can start by assuming length and breadth as some convenient numbers. कोई भी numbers assume कर सकते हो. 5, 10, 100, 1000. You can assume any number, right? Now, there is an art of assumption. Now, you do not randomly assume these numbers. Generally, if I'll ask you which number should we assume, what will you say? Now, maximum number of people are saying 100. Okay, length has 100, breadth has something, whatever, or 10 or 5. Now, I'll tell you what is the appropriate number to be assumed. Very good, Parimala. So, Parimala is the only person who have given a bang on answer. Very good. Now, people, length has increased by how much? 33.33 percentage. 33.33 percentage is one third, 1 by 3. Now, it will be easier for you if you assume length as a multiple of 3. If you assume length as 100, then the new length will be 100 plus 100 by 3. 100 plus 100 by 3. Why? Why to do that? Okay. Now, 100 by 3 is a fraction, will be a decimal. So, don't do that. Now, we are making things easier for us. So, make sure that you are making things easier for yourself. Now, length has increased by 33.33 percentage. So, 33.33 percentage is 1 by 3. So, it will be easy for you if you assume length as a multiple of 3. So, I'm assuming it as 3. Okay. Why, Shubham? Why 30? Why 90? Don't assume it. Why not assume it as 3 only? Okay. Smaller the number, better the calculations. Okay. So I'm asking you to assume it as a multiple of 3. Assume it as 3. Okay. So if this is the original length, then the new length will be how much? It will be 3 plus 3 by 3. That is 4. Right? Do you all agree with me? New length will be 4 if the original length is 3. Right? Now, assume the value of breadth. Now, totally up to you, because in the breath, you don't know how much change is there. So you can assume the breath as 1 or 2 or 5 or 10. I'll assume a random number 10. Karthik, you could have assumed as 2. मैं 10 assume कर रहा हूँ. ठीक है? So this is original breath, and the new breath is not known. So I can say that the original area is 3 multiplied by 10, and the new area is 4 multiplied by B2, and they will be equal. So the value of B2 will be 30 divided by 4, that is 7.5. Okay, so the new breath is equal to 7.5. Now original breath was 10, new breath is 7.5. So what is the percentage change? Percentage change is change which is 2.5 divided by original value multiplied by 100. Okay, and that comes out to be 25 percentage. Okay, wait. Harsh, Ketan, and Priyadarshini, I'll go back. Now, length increased by 33.33 percentage. Okay, so if original length was x, then the new length was x plus 33.33 percentage of x, which is one third of x, right? Okay. Now, if the original length is 3, then the new length will be 3 plus 33.33 percentage of original length. Okay, what is the original length? Original length I have assumed as 3, so it is one third of 3, right? Okay, so Harsh, Ketan, and Priyadarshini, do you understand why I have taken it as 3 by 3? So one third of the original length will be the increase. Okay, all right. Now, original breath was 10, new breath came out to be 7.5. So, what is the change here? The change is, now, Aditi, this was an assumption. मैंने 10 assume किया था. You could have assumed as any number. Final answer will be same. So, original breath was assumed as 10, new breath came out to be 7.5. 10 minus 7.5 is 2.5. This is the formula of percentage change. Percentage change is change divided by original value multiplied by 100. Okay, so again the answer will come out to be same, that is 25 percentage, which we calculated earlier. Okay, fine. Okay, now let's move on and look at the next question. No, Meshek, not for every case. Now this question is exactly same as the previous question. Okay, now like in the previous case, length into breadth was area. In this case, price multiplied by consumption, price multiplied by consumption will be expenditure. Okay, so some students are asking me to wait, so I'll wait for another few seconds. Now, please, all of you post your answer in the chat box. I want to see who is giving what answer. So I'll not be giving you poll. Please post your answer here. Okay, so let's look at the solution. Now, price into consumption is expenditure. Now, they are saying that the price of the petrol increased by 25 percentage. 25 percentage is one fourth. So, what I can assume original price as? Up to you, totally up to you. So, you can assume it as 4 or any multiple of 4. So, 440, 400, totally up to you. Now, if the price increased by 25 percentage, what will be the new price? Very good. The new price will be 4 plus one fourth of the original price. That is, it will become 5. Okay. Consumption of petrol, I can assume it as any number. So which number should I assume? What should I assume consumption as? Consumption को 10 assume कर लिया, ठीक है, 10 assume कर लेते हैं. So the new consumption is to be calculated so that the expenditure remains the same. So original expenditure is 40 rupees. New expenditure is 5 multiplied by C2. I can equate them. The value of C2, the new consumption, comes out to be 40 divided by 5. That is 8. Okay. So this consumption is equal to 8. All right. So the new consumption comes out to be 8. Original consumption was 10, new consumption is 8. So percentage change will be equal to 2 divided by original value multiplied by 100. And this comes out to be 20 percentage. Okay, so 20 percentage will be the correct answer. So this is the original expenditure, 4 multiplied by 10. The new expenditure will be 5 multiplied by C2. I can equate them because they are equal. Okay, so C2 will come out to be 40 divided by 5, that is 8. So original consumption was 10, new consumption is 8. You can find out the percentage change. Okay. All right. Now let's move on and look at the next concept. The next concept says that, let's say there is an original value X and it is increased by 10 percentage. Yes, Bhimare, you can solve it by using common sense, but obviously you'll have to do calculations. Okay. I have not given any formula here. मैंने कोई formula नहीं बताया. This was the common sense that we have applied. Okay. So I don't know if you think that this is the formula or not, but I have not told you any formula. This is the common sense that we have used. Sir, if you take any number, yes, Sharmila, irrespective of your assumption, the answer will be same. Okay, that is why we are doing this. Okay, all right. Now let's have a look at this. Now, if any original number is increased by 10 percentage, and then it is again increased by 20 percentage, right? Then what will be the net percentage change? Net percentage change in the value. Okay, so let's do it first of all manually. So let's say original value is 100. Increase it by 10 percentage and tell me what will be the final value. 100 when increased by 10 percentage, what will be the final value? Good. So the final value will be 110. 100 when increased by 10 percentage, the final value will be 100 plus 10 percentage of 100. That will come out to be 110. Okay. Now further, this value 110 is increased by 20 percentage. So it will become 110 plus 20 percentage of 110. Okay, that is 110 plus 20 percentage of 110 will be 22, and it will become 132. Okay, so I started with a value of 100 and I ended at a value of 32. So what is the net percentage change? Give me the percentage change. Don't tell me the value wise change. Give me the percentage change. Yes, Ankush. So the net percentage age, as you can see, is the change in value is 32 divided by original value multiplied by 100. So the change in value is 32 percentage. Okay. So net increase is of 32 percentage. All right. Clear? Now the same thing can be calculated by using a direct formula. Good, Ramya. So I'll give you a direct formula. So the net percentage change is, so this kind of change is one after the other. First of all, there is an increase of 10%, then an increase of 20 percentage. Okay. So this type of change is called successive percentage change. Successive means one after the other. So whenever you have a successive percentage change, the formula for net percentage change is A plus B plus A into B divided by 100. Let me explain this formula. 100. So my question was, first of all, the value is increased by 10 percentage. Then it is increased by 20 percentage. Okay. So here the value of A will be this. Okay. So the value of A is 10 and the value of B is 20. Now you have to be very careful with the sign of A and B. Here A is 10 percentage increase. It's an increase. So the value of A will be plus 10 and the value of B will be plus 20. In case it is not an increase but a decrease, then the values of A or B will be in negative form. The formula will remain same. It's just the values of A and B which will take a negative sign, right? Now, if I substitute these two values in the above formula, so A, which is 10, plus B, which is 20, plus 10 multiplied 20 upon 100, you will get 10 plus 20 is 30, 30 plus 2 is 32. So you will get the same answer, obviously. Okay. So it's totally up to you. You may use the logic, you may use the formula. Obviously, in this type of questions, it is always better to use the formula. Okay, right? So tell me what will be the net change if X is first of all increased by 30 percentage and then there is an increase of 40 percentage. So use the formula carefully. A plus B plus AB upon 100. So the value of A will be 30. The value of B will be 40. Then 30 multiply 40 divided by 100. So it will be 30 plus 40 plus 12, and that is 82 percentage. So the net percentage change is 82 percentage in this case. Okay. X, when increased by 20 percentage and then decreased by 30 percentage. Okay. So here, formula again is a plus b plus ab upon 100 written up there. The value of A is plus 20. The value of B is minus 30. This is what you'll have to care about. Okay. So A plus B, which is minus 30, plus A multiplied by B, 20 into minus 30 divided by 100. So it will be 20 minus 30 minus 20 into 30 is 600 upon 100 is 6. So it will come out to be minus 16 percentage. So you can say that net there will be a decrease of 16 percentage. Okay. Net there will be a decrease of 16 percentage. Okay. Now let's take a few more examples. X is decreased by 20 percentage and then further decreased by 40 percentage. Okay, wait. I'll go back to the previous question, and some students are asking me to repeat, and some students are asking me to use it, the values to solve it by using values. So I'll do in both the cases. So A is plus 20, B is minus 30 because A is 20% increase and B is 30% decrease. So now you just need to substitute the values 20 minus 30 plus 20 into minus 30 upon 100. Simplify this, you will get your answer. In case I will assume the original value as 100, increase of 20%, this value will be 120. Then 120 is decreased by 30% of 120. 30% of 120 is 36. So the final value comes out to be 84. Original value 100, final value 84. Percentage change. Change in value is 16 divided by original value multiplied by 100. So this will be 16 percentage. But since the value has decreased, I'll say that it is 16% decrease. Okay. Now in this case, both are decreases. So it will be minus 20 minus 40 plus minus 20 into minus 40 upon 100. So minus 20 minus 40 plus 8. Careful with the values. Careful with the signs. So minus 60 plus 8 minus 52 percentage will be the final answer. Okay. All right. Now next is if X is increased by 10 percentage, then increased by 20 percentage, and then increased by 30 percentage, what will we do? So there is no formula for this. What you have to do is you will have to use the above formula for the first two values. Simplify this. So this will come out to be 32 percentage increase, and then combine these two values. Okay. So if you have three changes, solve the first two changes, and then whatever the resultant value is, solve it with the third percentage change, and you will get the answer. All right, fine. So this is what you will have to do if you have more than two changes. Okay. Yes, Karthik, absolutely correct. All right. Now we have seen these questions already. Okay. So look at question number 5. Simplify this. Okay, so most of you have given 700 as the answer. Most of you. 690 is also one of the answers that I have received, but 99% of the students have given 700. Let's have a look at this. Now, to pass an examination, 33% of the total marks are required. Shahrukh scored 220 marks but failed by 11 marks. Find find out the total marks of the examination. Now, Shahrukh, who scored 220 marks, failed by 11 marks. So, in terms of marks, what will be the passing marks? How much he would have scored to pass the examination? Absolutely. So he would have scored 220 plus 11. That is 231. If he would have scored 231, if he would have scored 11 marks more, then he would have not failed but passed the examination, because he failed the examination by only 11 marks. So if he would have scored 11 marks more, that means 220 plus 11, that is 231, he would have passed the examination, right? And what is the passing percentage? Passing percentage is 33 percentage of the total marks. So that means I can say that 33 percentage of the total marks is equal to this passing marks, that is 231. Okay. Now you just have to simplify this and you will get the answer. 33 divided by 100 multiplied by total marks is equal to 231. So total marks will be equal to 231 cross multiplication divided by 100 multiplied by 100 divided by 33. Okay, now you can simplify this. 33 multiplies 7 is 231, completely cancelled. 7 into 100 is 700. So the correct answer here is 700, that is option A. Okay, so simple question, right? Question number 6. Oh, Vasundhara, you're saying that it is the same examination that Shahrukh has taken. Okay, so a lot of you have given the answer. Now, Salman and Vicky took the same examination. So Salman scored 23 percentage of total. I'm assuming total as T, but he failed by 36 marks. So if P is the passing marks, if I'll assume P is the passing marks, then can I say that Salman must have scored 36 less than the passing marks? Yes or no? So 23 percentage of total will be equal to 36 less than the passing marks. Now what happened with Vicky? Vicky, who scored 35 percentage of total marks, has passed the examination by 48 marks. So Vicky has scored 48 marks more than the passing marks. Now, these are very two information statements for us. Okay. Now, looking at the left hand side of these two, Vicky has scored, can I say that? Vicky has scored 12 percentage of total marks more than Salman. The difference between these two, 12 percentage of total marks. Salman scored 23, Vicky scored 35. So 23 and 35, the difference here is 12 percentage of total marks. Okay. So 12 percentage of total marks on the left hand side. Right? Ankush, you have solved like this. Very good. Now look at the right hand side. Focus here now. Salman scored 36 less than passing marks, and Vicky scored 48 more than the passing marks. So the gap between Salman and Vicky is equal to 36 plus 48. सौम्या, फोकस, लिसन, मैं बोल रहा हूं ना, सुनते नहीं हो इसलिए गलती करते हो. ठीक है. सो लिसन टू मी एंड देन राइट योर आंसर. One person scored 36 less than some value, another scored 48 more than some value. The gap between them will be 36 plus 48. Okay, it will not be 48 minus 36. The gap between them will be 36 and 48 in dono ka sum. All right, so the gap between them is 36 plus 48, that is 84. So I can say that 12 percentage of total is equal to 84. 12 percentage of total is equal to 84. Now calculate the value of total. 84 multiply 100 divided by 7, sorry, divided by 12. So the value comes out to be 700. So 700, that is option B is the correct answer of this question. Kanchana, first statement, second statement. Second statement minus first statement, you will get it. Second statement minus first statement. 35 percentage minus 23 percentage is 12 percentage. Okay. P plus 48 minus P minus 36. So 48 plus 36, you will get 84. Okay. The gap between these two. All right. Next question, question number 7. Okay, we have already done that. Do this one. Question number 8. So question number 7, we have already discussed. Now look at this one and we'll do the calculations here. So question number 8. The increase in the price of a certain item was 25 percentage. Then the price was decreased by 20 percentage and then again increased by 10 percentage. What is the resultant increase in the price? Let's check it out. Now, first of all, increase of 25 percentage, then decrease of 20 percentage, then increase of 10 percentage. First of all, I'll combine these two. A is 25, B is 20, then 25 into minus 20 upon 100. What is the resultant of these two? Help me out, please. Is it 0? Wow. 25 minus 20 minus 5. Wow, this is 0. Okay, so if this is 0, 0 and 10 ko, if I treat them, the answer will come out to be 10. Okay, so answer will come out to be 10 percentage. So 10 percentage, that is option B, will be the correct answer. Right? This one was easy. An exact question of CSAT 2022. All right. Next question, question number 9. Yes, yes, yes. I'll give you a lot of time for this. This is a lengthy question. Yes, Madhuri, I've seen your messages, but frankly, I cannot do anything. So, first of all, you have to strengthen your basics. Okay. So, suggestion is please watch this lecture once again, right? Focus on the basics, focus on the fundamentals, and you will be able to understand plenty of things. Okay. So Madhuri, you are facing network issue. So I cannot come at your place and fix that network issue. So this is not in my hand now. You understand this thing? If you are facing network issue, then I'm helpless. I will not be able to help you in that. So please talk to the internet person so that you will not face any kind of network issues. Yes, Neha. Yes, yes. 70% of a number X is added to another number Y and it becomes 165% of Y. Okay, I'll convert it in fractions. So 70 upon 100 X plus Y is equal to 165 upon 100 Y. Now taking Y on the other side, 70 upon 100 x. Can I cancel 0 and write it as 7 by 10x? So 7 by 10x is equal to, on the right hand side also I can cancel it out, 165 upon 100. If I'll cancel 5, so it will become 33 upon 20. So 33 upon 20 y minus y. Okay. So 7 by 10x will be equal to, what should I write on the right hand side? राइट हैंड साइड में क्या आ जाएगा? What will be on the right hand side? It will be 13 upon 20y. Subtract this, taking LCM. So it will be 13 upon 20y. Now, what will be the ratio of x and y using this? What will be the ratio of x and y? Good, Girsh. What will be the ratio of x and y? Just do cross multiplications and give me the ratio of x and y. The ratio of x and y will be 130 upon 140, that is 13 upon 14. Okay. So if the ratio of x and y is 13 upon 14, so which among x and y will be greater? Which of the values among x and y will be greater? X will be 13, correspondingly y will be 14. So the value of y will be greater than x. So here y will be greater than x, right? Now in which option y is greater than x? In which options y is greater than x? Now y is greater than x in this option, y is greater than x in this option, not in this option, not in this option. Okay, so I am left with option A and option B. I have eliminated option C and option D. Okay, right? Okay, so option C and option D cannot be the answers. Now, in the exactly same manner, just simplify the next expression and you will get the relation between X and Z. So I'm giving you a few seconds. Can you tell me the ratio of X and Z? X upon Z कितना आया? What is the ratio of X and Z? So you will have to proceed in the similar manner. Okay, so I'm getting the ratio of X and Z as 13 upon 12. Now, all of you are giving the same answer, 13 upon 12. Very good. So from here, I can say that X is greater than Z. Okay, so X is greater than Z. Which option? Option A will be the correct answer. Okay, all right. So the question was lengthy, but it was simple, not at all difficult. Okay. Yes, Chetan, without calculations, if you have good practice for these type of questions, then you can definitely get it without doing so many calculations. But since we are new and we have less practice for this, so that is why I am teaching you each and every basic of this. Okay. All right. Now, next question. Now, two candidates, X and Y, contested an election. 80% of voters cast their vote, and there were no invalid votes. Also, there was no nota option. X got 56% of the votes cast and won by 1,440 votes. What is the total number of voters in the voter list? Okay. So Sneha, Sanjana, and Vanjanathan, Usna, Mishra, Vasundhara, Nagaraju, Ankush, Soumya, Kamari, Girish, Nancy. A lot of answers already. Vasanti, Megha, Shelja. Okay. Now, those who have given a wrong answer, I can see that they have made a very basic error, which is expected. Don't worry. Okay. चलिए start करते हैं. I want the total number of voters in the voting list. So I'll start by assuming that total number of voters is equal to 100x. Now x नहीं 100k ले लेते हैं. ठीक है 100k. I could have assumed it as k. I can assume it as 1000k. Okay, right? Why I've taken it as variable? Because there is a number that is given in the question. Okay, so to make things easy, I'm assuming it as 100k. This is the only reason. You can assume it as k as well. K भी assume कर सकते हो. Calculations देखने में थोड़ी easy लगेंगी अगर 100k assume करोगे. If you'll assume it as 100k, then things will become easy for you. Fine. Now, out of these total voters, how many voters cast their votes? 80%. So votes cast is equal to 80 percentage of 100k. That will come out to be 80k. Okay? Now, out of these total votes which are casted, there are two contestants. X got 56% of the votes cast. So X got 56 percentage of 80k. So अगर x को 56% मिला है, if x has got 56 percentage, then y will get what percentage of votes? Very good. So out of 100 percentage, total votes is 100 percentage. Wait, people. This is the number of votes, 80k. Right? If anyone will get 56 percentage of the votes out of 100 percentage, so the other person will get 100 minus 56, that is 44 percentage of the total votes. Okay, fine. So if one contestant got 56 percentage of the votes, then the other will get 100 minus 56, that is 44 percentage of the votes. All right, clear? Now the difference between these two, is X got 56 percentage, Y got 44 percentage. Yes, so Ramya, I'll explain it again. Number of votes, total voters is 100k. Votes cast is 80k. Okay? Now go back to the question. X got 56 percentage of the total voters or the votes cast. 56 percentage of what? 56 percentage of the votes cast, not the total voters. Okay, right? Am I clear? So that is why I've taken it as 56 percentage of the votes cast, not the total voters, because it was given in the question. Okay, so look at the question carefully, read the question carefully. Okay, now the difference between these two, one has got 56 percentage, one has got 44 percentage. What is the difference between these two? The difference between these two is 12 percentage of 80k. Okay, and this difference is given in the question as 1440, right? Because X has won by these many votes. So whatever the difference between X and Y is, that will be the winning number of votes of X. So X has won by the difference between these two, which is 12 percentage of 80k. So I can equate 12 percentage of 80k is equal to 1440. So 12 upon 100 multiplied by 80k is equal to 1440. What will be the value of k? It will be 1440 multiplied by 100 divided by 12 multiplied by 80. So k का value simplify कर लेते हैं. So 80 and 100 will get cancelled, 4 and 5. Then this will get cancelled. 144 upon 12 is 12. So 120 aa jayega. And this will be cancelled, 30. So the value of k comes out to be 150. The value of k comes out to be 150. Now what is the question? The question is, what is the total number of voters? Total number of voters is 100k. So 100k is the answer. 100 into 150. That is 15,000. Okay. So 15,000 is the answer of this question. All right. So option A is correct for this question. Now, people, quickly tell me, would you like to take a break, or we should we should finish profit and loss and then take a break? Now, it's one and the same thing. I'll be taking a break of 10 minutes right now, 15 minutes. Okay. Yes, Kumari, 100k was an assumption. Chalo. Wait, all of you. So, I will take a break. I'll take a quick break of 10 minutes. Okay. So no, not today. So 10 minutes break will be enough, or I'll give you 10, 11 minutes. Okay. So right now it's 6:40. Let's meet at somewhere around 6:50, 6:52. Okay. I'll be here at 6:50. Right? Chaliye. Now, meanwhile, I'll show the previous slide for some of you. I'll leave it here. In 10 to 12 minutes, we are going to start again. Yes, Ankush, you could have considered the total number of voters as X. So I think you have missed it when I was telling you in the beginning. This is why I tell all of you that whenever I'm speaking, you all must stop doing whatever you are and listen to me. So this is the problem. A lot of you are asking same things again and again because you don't listen. So I have mentioned that total number of voters is assumed as 100k. You can assume it as k. You can assume it as x. You can assume it as 1000k. It's totally up to you. Whatever you want to assume. Okay. So next time onwards, please focus on whatever I'm saying and then do whatever you want. All right, people, welcome back. Am I audible and visible? Okay, great. Wonderful. So now, people, we have spent good amount of time on percentages, understanding the percentages. Now, the next topics, profit and loss and simple interest, compound interest. Now, these things will become easy for us now. Okay, so we'll not be having much of problems. So again, it's a suggestion to all of you. After the lecture is over, practice a lot of questions based on percentages, and the other things, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, will become very easy for you. Okay, but I'll be explaining you each and every logic of profit, loss, simple interest, compound interest as well in this session. Okay, all right. So now, without any break, we'll be finishing up with the remaining portion. All right, Ankush. Okay, my dear friends. So can I call you friend? All right, chaliye. So profit, loss, and discount. These are three things that we are going to study in this lecture. Now there are different prices that we have. Now we go to the market, we buy things, we suffer, we have a profit, we have a loss. Okay. So what is the relation between all these things? Now the important terms that we are going to look at in this lecture will be cost price, selling price, market price, profit percentage, loss percentage, discount percentage, or markup percentage. Okay, these are important terms. These are the only terms that we are going to use in this chapter. Okay, now no, Asif, I cannot finish by 8:10. Okay, today it will take us like some more time, like 8:30, minimum 8:30. Okay, will be like I'll be teaching you till 8:30 only. It will be difficult to wrap up till 8:10 because I don't want to hurry up with the things. I want to take things very slowly, very lightly, so that I will able to explain everything to all of you. Okay, I'm really sorry for that. You'll have to manage your other lectures. Okay. Now, cost price, selling price, market price, profit percentage, loss percentage, discount percentage, markup percentage. These are the things. No, Gurcharan, you don't have a holiday tomorrow. Why? But for what? Like you have this lecture tomorrow as well at 5 o'clock. No holiday tomorrow. Okay. Now there is a relation between all these terms. So let's understand what is the relation between all these terms. Okay. Now, out of these three prices, which price will come first? So let's say that I am the shopkeeper. Okay, I am the shopkeeper, and I sell this phone. Okay, so ये phone है. I have a shop where I sell phone. So to sell these phones, to sell these mobile phones, first of all, I'll have to buy it from the factory. Okay, first of all, I'll have to buy it from the factory. So the price at which I will buy the articles, that will be the cost price. Okay. So cost price is the price at which I am buying these articles. I am the shopkeeper. Okay. So let's say I bought this mobile phone from the factory or from the manufacturer at 10,000 rupees. Okay. Now, obviously, I will not sell it at 10,000 rupees, right? So what I'll do is I mark a price on this phone. Okay, I mark a price on this phone, the price at which I want to sell it. I'm not selling it right now. I want to sell it. Okay, so let's say I want to sell it at 15,000 rupees. I want to sell it. Okay, So the price that is written on the mobile phone, the price that is written on anything, that is called the marked price. Mark price. Okay. Now, mark price or the list price, maximum retail price, MRP, you would all know this thing, MRP, right? So mark price, list price, maximum retail price, tag price, all these are the same things. I'll repeat: mark price, list price, maximum retail price, tag price. These are all the similar terms, but generally we use mark price. So the price at which I want to sell it is called mark price, right? Now, obviously, every time I would like to sell the article at a price above the cost price. I bought it for 10,000. I will not like to sell it at a price below 10,000. I want to sell it above 10,000. Okay. So every time mark price will be greater than the cost price. Okay. Right. Now, tell me all of you by what percentage I have increased the cost price to obtain the mark price. By what percentage it has increased? 10,000, 15,000. So you can calculate the percentage change. So it is 50 percentage. Now this percentage is called mark up percentage. Markup percentage will always increase the cost price to obtain the market price. So here the markup percentage is 50 percentage. All right. So cost price is increased by 50 percentage to obtain mark price. Now keep writing the important points that I'm saying. So the first important point here is markup percentage is always calculated on cost price. I'll repeat, markup percentage is always calculated on cost price. ठीक है? Gaurav, one and the same thing. MP is marked price or market price. वैसे marked price. I'm saying MARKED. Marked price. The price which is marked. Okay. Now, next thing, we have got the mark price. This is the price at which I want to sell. Okay, 15,000. So I cannot sell it above 15,000 because I have already marked the article by 15,000. This is the maximum retail price. Now, you as a customer came to me and you asked for some discount. Okay, because no customer buys the things without a discount. Okay, so you ask for a discount. So if I don't give you any discount, then at what price I will sell this article? If I'll not give you any discount, then what will be the price at which I will sell it? I'll sell it at 15,000. Okay. So 15,000 is the mark price. If I'll not offer any kind of discount, then I'll be selling it at 15,000 rupees. But let's say you deny to buy it and you ask me for a discount and I agree to give you a discount. So let's say I give you a discount of 20 percentage. No, not 20%. ये ज़्यादा हो गया. So I give you a discount of 10 percentage. Okay. So what will you do is you will reduce this value 15,000 by 10 percentage. So what will be the selling price? How much money will you pay me? Absolutely. So now you will calculate 10 percentage this discount on the mark price. Okay. So important point is discount percentage is always calculated on mark price. Discount percentage is always calculated on mark price. It will not be calculated on cost price because I'm telling you that I'm giving you 10% discount. Okay. Now, whatever price is visible to you, you will calculate the discount on that price, right? You don't know the cost price. You don't know at what price the shopkeeper has bought the article. Okay. So, logically speaking, discount percentage will be calculated on mark price. So, 10 percentage of 15,000 is 1,500. So, you will reduce this price by 1,500 and will pay me 13,500 rupees. So this will become the selling price of the article. All right. Now, for me, for a shopkeeper, this was the cost price And finally, this is the selling price. So, in terms of rupees, how much profit do I have? In terms of rupees, how much profit do I have? I have a profit of 3,500 rupees. Okay. Now I'll calculate profit percentage. So, what will be my profit percentage here? Absolutely. So profit percentage once again is the percentage change from the cost price to the selling price. Okay. So profit percentage will be profit, that is 3,500, divided by cost price, which is 10,000 multiplied by 100. Okay. So upon calculation, the profit percentage will come out to be 35 percentage. All right. ठीक है. Now, understand one thing. All these percentages, profit percentages, loss percentage, discount, markup percentage, they are nothing but percentage change, percentage increase or percentage decrease, whatever we have studied in the previous chapter. Okay? Since it is the relation between different things, they are called with the different names. But actually, all of them are one and the same thing. All of them are percentage changes. Okay? Markup percentage and profit percentage are percentage increase. Discount percentage and loss percentage are percentage decrease. Okay, so this is the whole story, the entire relation between cost price, mark price, selling price in terms of markup percentage, discount percentage, or profit or loss percentage. Okay, now my suggestion will be like in some books you will see different formulas for profit percentage, loss percentage, markup percentage, discount percentage, right? You will see different formulas. I will suggest you not to learn the formula, but understand this basic thing, because everything is whatever we have covered in percentages, percentage change, percentage increase. Everything is related to that. Ram, 3,500, 10,000 and 13,500. The difference between these two. Okay, right? Now, Kanchana, 15,000 was the mark price. If I'll give you 10% discount, that means 15,000 will be reduced by 10%. Okay, so 15,000 minus 10 percentage of 15,000. 10 percentage of 15,000 is 1,500. And you will get 13,500 as your answer. All right, so 13,500 will be the selling price. Okay. All right. So this is the basic, this is the relation between all these things. Okay. Now, once we'll start solving the questions, you will get to understand a lot of things. Okay. Right. Now, once again, I'll tell you that all of you, all of you may note it down. Markup percentage is always calculated on cost price, and it will increase the cost price. Okay, you can note it down. Markup percentage will always be calculated on cost price, and it will increase the cost price. It will be an increase. Markup percentage will always be an increase. Okay. Second thing, discount percentage is always calculated on mark price, right? And it will always be a decrease. हमेशा discount कम ही करेगा value, it will always decrease the value. Okay. Next thing, profit and loss percentages are always calculated on cost price. Profit and loss percentages are always calculated on cost price. Profit is a positive thing, increase. Loss, as the name suggests, a negative thing, decrease. Okay, so positive is increase, sorry, profit is increase, and loss is a decrease. Okay, so now we'll look at the questions and then we'll be able to understand what is the actual thing between them. Okay, so let's have a look at the first question. If an item is bought at rupees 1,000 and sold at 1,300 rupees, what is the profit percentage earned? Good. Simple. So cost price is 1000 and selling price is 1300. So selling price is more than the cost price. So we are having a profit. So profit percentage will be the difference between these two, that is 300. Basically, you just have to find out the percentage increase, percentage change. So change upon initial value multiplied by 100. So the answer will come out to be 30 percentage. Okay. Now all of you have given a correct answer. I can see, like I can't see anyone giving a different answer. Good, all of you. Next question. Good. So cost price is given as 500. Profit percentage is given as 20 percentage. Now 20 percentage profit is calculated on cost price. So profit will be 20 percentage of 500. Now what is 20 percentage of 500? 20 percentage of 500 will be 100. So cost price is 500, profit is 100. So selling price will be cost price plus profit. So that is 500 plus 100, that is 600. So 600, that is option D is the correct answer of this question. Okay. Yes, Lakshya, very good. So 20% is one fifth of 500 is 100. Nice, very good. Question number three. Now, some of you are not taking care of the fact that I've told you that profit percentage is always calculated on cost price, never on selling price. So, some of you are giving an answer by calculating profit as a percentage of selling price, which should not be done. So, listen to me and make a correction. Now, here, selling price is given as 1200 and a profit of 300 rupees is given. Fine. So what will be the cost price first of all? What will be the cost price? Absolutely. So cost price will be 1200 minus 300, that is 900. Okay. So now we have got the cost price, we have the profit. So profit percentage, I told you profit percentage is always calculated on cost price. So it will be profit divided by cost price multiplied by 100. Now you can do the calculation. It will be 1 by 3 into 100. 1 by 3, I've already told you. Kitna hota hai? So it will be 33.33 percentage. So 33.33 percentage, option B is the correct answer of this question. All right. Next question. Again, taking care of the fact that cost price is calculated on, sorry, profit percentage is calculated on cost price, not on selling price. Okay. Now here we have to find the cost price. I'll assume the cost price as X. Okay. Now here profit percentage is 20 percentage of X. So selling price is cost price plus profit percentage, that is X plus 20 percentage of X. All right. Now doing simplification, I'll get X plus X upon 5. Look at the steps carefully. Now selling price is cost price plus profit. So X plus 20 percentage of X. I've added these two. 20 upon 100 is 1 upon 5. So it will become X upon 5. X plus X upon 5 is 6X upon 5. Now selling price is given in the question as 600. So I will equate it to 600 and will get the value of X. So the value of X will be 6 cancels. So 5 into 100 is 500. So answer is 500. The value of cost price is equal to 500. All right. Am I clear? Okay. Now friends, tell me in the same question, if instead of profit, I will change it to loss. Okay. So instead of profit, it is a loss, 20% loss. Then what will be the answer of this question? Nice, nice, nice. Cheshta. Okay. Now let's do it. So again, things will remain same. A lot of things will remain same. Cost price is X. Now we have a loss of 20 percentage of X. So here selling price will be less than the cost price logically. So selling price will be X minus loss. Okay, cost price minus loss. So X minus 20 percentage of X, that is X minus X upon 5, which is equal to 4X upon 5. And this is given equal to as 600. Okay, so from here get the value of X. X का value कितना आ जाएगा? 750. Okay, so calculation is done in the similar manner. There is no change. Okay, let's move on and look at the next question. Now, this question is slightly difficult. So I'll give you some extra amount of time for this. No, Pooja, please check your calculation. It is not 480. Pooja, selling price is always cost price plus profit, not cost price minus profit. ओके, चेक करें, देखें. So I'll be using a proper method to help you understand the logic. Okay, and then I will give you a direct formula for this one. ठीक है. So पहले क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करते हैं, and then I'll give you a direct formula for this. A man sells two books at rupees 100 each. So selling price of first book is 100. Selling price of second book is also 100. So there are two books which are sold at rupees 100 each. Okay. On the first book, he earns a profit of 10 percentage. And on the second book, he earns a loss. It's not a profit, it's a loss. So it's a loss of 10 percentage. So from here, I'll calculate the cost price of first book and cost price of second book. Okay? So first of all, this is what I'll have to do. So I'll open a blank sheet. I'll open a blank sheet and we'll calculate both these things separately. All of you. Selling price is given as 100. There is a profit of 10 percentage. So I'll assume cost price as X. So combining these two, if cost price is X and profit is 10 percentage, so I can write selling price as cost price plus 10 percentage of X. This will come out to be X plus X by 10, and that is 11X by 10, which is given as 100. So the value of X comes out to be 1000 divided by 11. Okay, right? So in the first case, when I have a profit of 10 percentage, the cost price comes out to be 1000 upon 11. Okay. Now in the similar manner, can you give me the cost price in the second case? Absolutely good. Good, very good. So I'll do the simplification. So in the second case, again, I'm assuming cost price as X. There is a loss of 10 percentage. So selling price will be X minus 10 percentage of X, which comes out to be 9 by 10X, which is given as 100. So the value of X comes out to be 1000 divided by 9. Okay. So this is 1000 divided by 9. Okay. Now, in the whole transaction, what is the total selling price? What is the total selling price? 100 plus 100, that is 200. The total selling price is 200, right? Now, what is the total cost price? Total cost price is sum of these two, 1000 upon 11 plus 1000 upon 9. Okay. So add these two and give me an answer, all of you. I don't want an approximate value. Give me an answer in fractions. Please give me an answer in fractions. Absolutely. So 20,000 upon 99. ठीक है? So approximately 20,000, or exactly, I'm doing the exact calculation. Later on, when you have a practice, you can do the approximations. It's totally up to you. Okay. So 20,000 upon 99. Okay. Now this is the cost price and this is the selling price. Now, all of you must have calculated the approximate value. Can I say that this value is more than 200? The cost price is more than 200. Yes or no? Is this more than 200? Rajneet, check it. This is more than 200. Okay. This value is more than 200. Okay. So cost price is more than selling price. Cost price is more than selling price. So do I have a profit or a loss? We have a loss. ठीक है, cost price is more than selling price. Selling price is less than cost price, so we have a loss. Okay, now let's calculate loss percentage. So loss percentage will be, again, what is loss percentage? It's a percentage change. So we'll have to calculate the percentage change. This value minus this value. 20,000 upon 99 minus 20 minus 200 divided by cost price, that is 20,000 upon 99 multiplied by 100. Can you all do this calculation quickly? So this is 200 upon 99. No, Karthik, it is not the approximate answer. You will get the exact answer. Okay. Now 99 will get cancelled. 20,000 will get cancelled. So you will get 1% as the exact answer. Okay. Now, since I have not done any kind of approximations, I have done the exact calculations. So I will get an exact answer. So there will be a net loss percentage of 1%. So option C is the correct answer of this question. Okay. Now, why I have shown you the exact calculation? Just to help you understand what or how calculations can be made. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, people, no, Austin, you cannot. Shweta, 1% कैसे आया? Shweta, simplify this expression, you will get 1%. Okay. Pooja, if cost price is greater than selling price, just price pay, like the price at which you have purchased is more than the price at which you have sold, logically it's a loss. Okay. Megha, are you talking about this slide? All right. Now, friends, let's have a look at a direct formula for this. Obviously, in the examination, it is not suggestible to spend this much time. Okay. Now, let's see the formula, direct formula for this. Now, in the question, what all things we can note? All of you focus now. Now, a man sells two books at rupees 100 each. So, can I say that the selling price of two articles is same? Okay, selling price of two articles is same, does not matter how much it is. No, Gaurav. So Gaurav, एक चीज समझो यार, in the examination what if you will get three options with the loss percentage? ठीक है. So I'm preparing you for the examination. I'm not preparing you for only this question. I'm preparing you for all the circumstances. Okay. So selling price of two articles is same. In this question, we have observed that. Now, one of the articles is sold at 10% profit and another at 10% loss. So one is at profit, one is at loss, but in both the cases, percentage is same. So one article is sold at, one is sold at, let's say X% profit, and the second is sold at X percentage loss. Right? Can I say that this is the question? Selling price of two articles is same. One of them is sold at X% profit and another at X% loss. Whenever this is the scenario, whenever this is the scenario, there will always be a loss. There will always be a loss of X square upon 100 percentage. Always there will be a loss of X square upon 100 percentage. Now, in our question, it was 10% profit and 10% loss. So the value of X was 10. So 10 square upon 100, that is 100 upon 100 is 1. 1 percentage loss. Hamesha loss hoga, there will always be a loss. I'll give you 30 seconds, note it down, and then we'll move on to the next thing. No, Ankush, there is nothing like that. Now, if you get any different question than this, you will have to apply the concepts of profit, loss, and discount. Okay. And then you will be able to do that. So, whatever shortcuts are there, I'm telling you all of them. If there is no shortcut, I cannot tell you. Okay. ठीक है? All right. Now, let's look at the next question, question number 6. Find out the equivalent discount to two successive discounts of 20 percentage and 25 percentage. Wait, all of you. Yes, Lakshay, no such trick if it is different. So, Lakshay, if these are two different values, X percent profit and Y percent loss, there is no trick. You will have to use the method only. Okay? Hemlata, you are asking me to explain this. So, Hemlata, we observed that selling price is less than cost price. So, we got to know that there will be a loss. So, value of loss will be cost price minus selling price divided by cost price into 100. Okay. Now I cannot show you these calculations. I cannot teach you these calculations. You will have to do them by yourself. Okay. So this is the expression cost price minus selling price divided by cost price into 100. Okay. Now equivalent discount for two successive discounts. Okay. Now, discount, is it an increase or decrease? Discount, is it increase or decrease? It is a decrease. Okay. So we can use the formula A plus B plus AB upon 100. Yes, we can do that. But here the value of A will be minus 20 and the value of B will be minus 25 because it's a discount, it's a percentage decrease. Okay, so apply this formula and you will get the answer. So the value of A is minus 20, value of B is minus 25, then minus 20 multiplied by minus 25 upon 100. So minus 20 minus 25 plus 5, and this will come out to be minus 40. So minus 40 percentage, that means there is a net discount of 40 percentage. Okay. Yes, yes, Kanchana, you may use this formula. Okay. Now, friends, let's move on to our next chapter, simple interest. Now, simple interest, it's a very simple it's a very simple topic. As the name suggests, simple interest. So it's a very simple topic. Okay. Now, I will give you the logic as well as the formula for this. Now, simple interest and compound interest, these two things comes into play whenever you deposit your money in a bank and you get some interest. Whenever you take some loan from the bank or from a friend, you will have to pay some interest. All right. So these are the chapters that will help you in solving the questions which are based on like by taking a loan or depositing your money in a bank, right? Now, there will be certain terms that will be helpful. So, first of all, let us understand these terms. Now, the terms are P for principal, I is for interest, A is for amount, R is for rate of interest, T or N for the time period or number of time periods. Fine. Okay. So, P is the principal. Now, let's assume that you are depositing money in a bank. Okay. So, the money that you deposit initially is called the principal. So, initial value. So, again, simple interest, compound interest is nothing but a type of percentage change, percentage increase, something like that. Okay. So, principal is the initial money, amount is the final money. Okay. Interest is the value by which the money has increased. Okay. So interest will be amount minus principal. Okay. Or you can say that this is an increase in money. Fine. So we can say that interest is equal to amount minus principal, or amount is equal to principal plus interest. One and the same thing. Okay. Now, R is the rate of interest or the change, percentage change, percentage increase, percentage decrease, whatever. Okay. Now, T or N is the time period. Basically, it is the number of times the money has increased. Okay, I could have given you a direct formula. Okay, but I believe helping you with the logic, helping you to understand what is there behind these questions, that will help you in a better way. Sibam, there can be a decrease. Sibam is asking, is there no decrease? So, Sibam, there can be a decrease. So it can be termed as depreciation. Okay. It can be calculated, it can be termed as depreciation. So let's say you buy a car and every year the value of the car depreciates, right? So it can be a percentage decrease as well. So there can be a decrease. Okay. Yes. So Madhuri, I can be increase or decrease. Okay, Akshay. So I don't know what should I say. My style of writing F. Okay. Chaliye. So these are the terms. Now let's understand what is simple interest, and then we'll understand what is compound interest. So first of all, simple interest. Okay. Now I'll take an example for this. One thing that we did earlier. So let's say there is a value 100 and you'll have to increase it by 10 percentage. Okay, so what will be the final value? Absolutely good. Final value is 110. Okay. Now, if I'll ask you to increase it further by 10 percentage, what will be the final value? Very good, Grish. Guys, रटनी नहीं है चीजें. लास्ट टाइम जब हमने किया था तो 132 आया था, तो दैट डजंट मीन ना 132 ही आएगा. लुक एट द क्वेश्चन दैट आई एम आस्किंग. Please do not write your answer blindly. So this value is again increased by 10 percentage. So now you would have calculated 10 percentage of 110, which is 11. So 110 plus 11 is 121, right? This is what we did earlier. Okay. Now here you have calculated this 10 percentage on this value. Okay. Now, this is called successive percentage change, and this logic is used in compound interest. Okay, this logic is used in compound interest when you calculate the percentage change on the final value, not on the initial value. Okay, so you have calculated this percentage change on the value that you have received on the last value. Okay, but in simple interest, what we do is if the value is 100, I'll ask you to increase it by 10 percentage. So the value will be 110. If I'll ask you to increase it further by 10 percentage by applying simple interest, so this percentage will always be calculated on the initial value. So always you will increase it by 10 percentage of 100, that is 10 rupees. So it will become 120, then it will become 130, then it will become 140. So this is called simple interest. This is what we do in simple interest. So in simple interest, the interest is always calculated on principal. So this is the main important rule of simple interest. In simple interest, interest is always calculated as a percentage of principal. Hamesha. Okay. So this is the backbone of simple interest, right? So if I look at some basic type of questions, let's say if principal is 600 and rate of interest is 10 percentage. Okay, right? So what will be the interest that you will get in the first year? First year में interest कितना मिलेगा? What will be the interest of first year? Interest of first year will be 10 percentage of 600, that is 60 rupees. Somebody is giving me an answer as 660. So yes, 660 will be the amount. This 660 will be the final value. I'm just asking the interest. I'm not asking the amount. Okay. So this will be the interest in first year. Now, what will be the interest In second year में interest कितना होगा? It will be same always, because every time the interest is calculated on the principal. Okay, since principal remains same, the interest of every year will remain same. So this is the interest of second year. Interest of third year will be 60. Interest of 4 years, interest of fourth year will be 60. So first year, second year, third year, fourth year, in all these years, we will get the same interest. Since interest is always calculated as a percentage of principal, so interest for every time period remains same. This is the main important thing. Okay, so I can say that, because of which interest in every time period remains same. Okay, so if the money is invested for a total of 4 years, so what will be the total interest in these 4 years? It will be 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60, that is 240 rupees, and the amount at the end of 4 years will be 600 plus 240, that is 600 plus 240, that is 840 rupees, right? So now I can help you in understanding the formula of simple interest. Most of you must remember the formula of simple interest. I'll show you how the formula has come. So interest of first year, let's say P is the principal and R is the rate of interest. Listen carefully. P is the principal, R is the rate of interest. So interest of first year is R percentage of P, right? This is what we have done. R percentage of P. Okay. Similarly, interest of second year is the same, R percentage of P. Interest of third year is also the same. So if the total number of years is T, so the total interest will be T times R percentage of P. That is T multiply R upon 100 multiply P. So this is the formula for interest. Simple interest is equal to P into R into T divided by 100. Okay. Yes, Shomu, you are absolutely correct. Okay. So simple interest, this is the formula that we know. Okay. And this is how it is calculated. Basic. So now we know the basic behind simple interest as well as the formula. Now, if you want to calculate amount, principal plus interest will be the amount. Now, one small thing where we commit mistake generally in the questions is amount is asked, we calculate interest, or interest is asked, we calculate amount. So be sure what is being asked in the question and then find out your answer accordingly. Okay. So let's start solving some questions on simple interest before we switch our focus to the final topic of the day, that is compound interest. So question number one, simple interest. Now try to calculate these orally as well. Orally calculate करने की कोशिश करो अगर हो पाए. Perfect. Now, if 1000 rupees is given on loan at 10% annual rate of simple interest. So 10 percentage of principal. Interest of 1 year will be 10 percentage of 100, that is 100 rupees. 10 percentage of 1000. Interest of 1 year will be 10 percentage of 1000, that is 100 rupees. Then how much interest will be obtained after 5 years? So in 1 year, I'm obtaining 100 rupees. In 5 years, I will obtain 500 rupees. All right. So interest of 5 years will be 500 rupees. They're asking about the interest. We will mark our answer as interest, not the amount. Okay. So amount is not asked, so I'll not even talk about the amount. But if amount is asked, it will be 1000 plus 500, that is 1500. Okay. Next question. For how many years should rupees 1000 at 10% annual rate of interest be given so that rupees 1500 is obtained at the end of the period? You understand the question? Absolutely. This is same question. Okay, but asked in just opposite manner. Okay, now this is the principle, and this is the amount. So how much interest do I require? How much interest do I require? 500 rupees, right? I want a total interest of 500 rupees. Okay. In 1 year, how much interest can be obtained? 10 percentage of 1000. In 1 year, I can obtain an interest of 100 rupees. Okay. In 1 year, I can obtain interest of 100 rupees. So to obtain a total interest of 500 rupees, I'll have to invest it for 5 years. So answer will be 5. So correct answer is option C. Next, question number 3. Okay. Now you can solve this question by using the formula as well as the logic. Totally up to you. So a certain sum of money becomes 4 times. So let's say P was the principal, और या फिर x assume कर लेते हैं. Principal is x. Now it became 4 times of itself. So that means the amount is 4x. So principal is x, amount is 4x. So that means interest is amount minus principal, that is 4x minus x, that is 3x. Okay. So I have principal, I have amount, I've calculated interest, right? The time is 20 years, that is given. Okay. So here the time is 20 years. All right. Fine. So now if I'll use the formula, if I'll use the formula, if I'll use the formula here, so I have principal, amount, interest, and time. I have all these things. So I can say that formula is interest is equal to principal into rate into time upon 100. So apply the formula. Interest is 3x is equal to principal is x multiplied by rate of interest is what I have to calculate. Time is given as 20 divided by 100. So you can calculate the value of R. X will get cancelled. Okay. So 300 divided by 20. 300 divided by 20. So the answer should be 15 percentage. Yes. So all the options are incorrect. Okay. This might be some misprinting. No worries at all. We have got the answer. So the answer should be 15 percentage in this case. All right. ठीक है. Now let's talk it logically. I'll talk it logically. Okay. Now original value principal is X. Okay. And final value is 4x. Principal. This is principal and this is amount. What is the net percentage increase? Can you tell me the percentage increase here? Original value X, final value 4x. Karthik, percentage increase I'm asking. Percentage increase. Percentage increase is change कितने का हुआ है? 3x upon original value into 100. So 300% is the percentage increase. Okay. Now in 20 years, it has increased by 300 percentage. So in 1 year, it will increase by how much percentage? 300 upon 20, that is 15 percentage. Simple logic, the same answer. Okay. Now moving on to the next question. Okay. 50,000, 2%, 3 years. So Bhimre, 50,000, 2%. So first of all, you can calculate 2%. Okay. So 2% will be 1,000 and then 3 years it will be 3,000. So interest will be 3,000, amount will be 53,000. Okay. So some of you have given the answer. can see that the most common answer is option D, that is 2000. Okay, so a person has a total money of 7,000. So he invested some of it at 6% and the remaining at 4%. ठीक है? So let's say he invested X rupees at 6% and the remaining 7,000 minus X at 4%. Okay? And he did it for 5 years. So this one for 5 years and this one for 5 years. Okay? Now all of you answer me. In 1 year, he will get 6% interest. So first of all, let's talk about the first value. So in 1 year, he will get 6% interest. So in 5 years, what percentage interest will he get? So 1 year, 6 percentage. So 5 years, it will be 6 into 5, 30 percentage, right? So interest for the first value will be 30 percentage of the principal, which is X. Okay? In the second case, 1 year, 4 percentage. So 5 years, how much percentage? So 4 into 5, 20 percentage. So 20 percentage of 7,000 minus X, right? So this is the interest earned on the first part. This is the interest earned on the second part. How much total interest he's earning? 1,600. So I'll add these two and equate it to 1,600. This is the total interest. Simplify this and get the value of X. So after simplifying, I can write it as 30 percentage of X plus, open the bracket, 20 percentage of 7,000. 20 percentage of 7,000 will be 1,400 minus 20 percentage of X is equal to 1,600. 30 percentage of X minus 20 percentage of X will be 10 percentage of X. 1,400 will go on the other side. So 1,600 minus 1,400 will be 200. So the value of X will come out to be 2,000. Okay. Now what we have to find out, how much money did he invest at 6 percentage? Yes, Pooja, 6 and 4 are rate of interest. Definitely. So how much money did he invest at 6 percentage rate of interest? So 6 percentage पे कितना money invest किया है? X rupees. The value of X is 2,000. The answer is option D, that is 2,000. Okay. All right. Now let's move on. Now, Pooja, you are asking rate of interest means we are about to finish this topic and you are asking me the thing that I've discussed on the first page half an hour ago. I'm sorry, Pooja, I cannot explain it again. Okay. So at the end of the chapter, you are asking me the basic thing. No, so it cannot be explained again. So you'll have to watch it again. Now the next thing is compound interest. Okay. Now at the initial stages, I have explained you the difference between the simple interest and the compound interest. Also, we have studied the basic of compound interest. Also, I have taught you the basic of compound interest, which is same as the successive percentage change. Okay. Now, Deepika, you can call at like so you can visit the application and you can find a number there, or wait, I'll tell you. Give me a few seconds. Just give me a few seconds. So Deepika, like by the end of this lecture, I'll tell you how to contact. ठीक है? Okay, so Hemlata has mentioned one number, so I'll post it. 7829. Hemlata, the number that you have given is a 9-digit number. So please एक बार check करो. So it's a 9-digit number that you have written. It should be a 10-digit number. All right. Wait, all of you. So Baiju's mentorship number, wait. Okay, so this is the number. You can try this. People, right now I'll not be able to help you, so we can study these things. So I'll not be able to resolve this particular matter. Okay. Okay. So shall I continue with the teaching? Wait, all of you. Wait. People, so please wait for 10 minutes. Okay. I'll call up and will tell you how to connect with them. Okay. So let me finish this topic in the next 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. And then, because there are some students who want to go, there is a seminar. Okay. So there is a seminar. So I'll wind up in 10 to 15 minutes. And then I'll give you how they can be contacted. Okay. Okay. Now, about compound interest, I've already told you the basic behind compound interest. Let's quickly have a look at the formula of compound interest. Okay. Now, this is the formula for compound interest. All of you can note it down quickly. Amount is equal to principal bracket 1 plus r upon 100 raised to the power t, where t is the time period. So just note down the formula for amount. Pooja, rate of interest is percentage, simple interest is the value, is the money. All right, done. So let's have a look at the questions. So question number one, All right, people. So I've taken care of your problems. So, like after finishing this, we'll discuss. So, question number one: 10% rate of interest compounded annually for 2 years. Principal is 1000. So, what is the amount received? So, I would say that in most of the questions of compound interest, there is no need to use the formula. So, you can start from this 1000, increase it by 10%. So it will become 1100. Then successively keep on increasing it. Okay. So further increase it by 10 percentage. So 10 percentage of 1100 will be 110. So the value will become 1210. Okay. So this will be the final amount that you will get. 1100 plus 10% of 1100. 1100 plus 10% of 1100, which is 110, and that will be 1210, which is the answer. Okay. All right. Simple, very simple. Question number two: you can repeat the same procedure every time. Okay, people, evaluate your answer again. They're not asking the amount, they're asking about the compound interest. So I told you at the beginning, this is one mistake that most of you are going to commit. Amount नहीं पूछ रहे हैं वो. They're not asking the amount, they're asking the interest. So principal is 10,000, increase by 8 percentage, so it will become 10,800, right? Again increase it by 8 percentage. So 8 percentage of this number, what will be 8 percentage of this number? It will be 864. So it will become 11664. Okay. So this is the amount, this is the principal. Take the difference between them. 1664 will be the interest in this case. So interest will be 1664. Okay. Am I clear? Now, I'll give you one more logical way of calculating the interest of every year in case of compound interest. Okay? So let's say principal is 400 and rate of interest is 10 percentage. Okay. Now here we will be calculating interest of every year separately. So interest of first year will be 10 percentage of 400. Okay. Interest of first year will be 10 percentage of 400, that is 40. Now all of you listen to me very carefully now. How to calculate interest of second year separately? Focus. So interest of second year will be interest of first year plus R percentage of interest of first year. So what you can do is you can increase the interest of first year by rate percentage by 10 percentage. So 40 plus 10 percentage of 40, that is 40. Copy the interest of previous year and calculate 10% of this, and it will become 44. Okay. Now interest of third year in the similar manner. copy the interest of previous year, which is 44, plus 10 percentage of 44. So it will be 44 plus 4.4, that is 48.4. Okay. So this keeps on happening in compound interest. Okay. Am I clear to all of you? Perfect. Also tell me one thing. Can I say that? Can I say that the simple interest of first year and compound interest of first year will be same? The interest of the simple interest of first year and compound interest of first year will be same. Yes, right? So first year में दोनों same होंगे, second year onward they keep on changing. So one such question let's do, and then we'll stop. So in this question, the concept of simple and compound interest both are used. So let's see how to solve this type of question. So read it and then we'll talk about it. Okay. Now also the students who want to connect the counselor. Okay. What you may do is you may drop your email ID in the chat box. So those who want to connect with the counselor, please drop your email ID in the chat box and somebody will get in touch with you. Okay. So please drop your email ID in the chat box. Also, you can drop an email ID to iaslive@byju's.com. Okay. iaslive@byju's.com. All right. Now let's come back to the same question. On a sum of money in 2 years at a particular rate, 800 is earned as total interest. If for the same money in 2 years, compound interest is 820, then what will be the annual rate of interest? What will be the annual rate of interest? Now you can solve this question by using formula, but it will be very lengthy if you will solve it using the formula. Okay. So I'll help you without using the formula. Okay. Okay, guys, please read the message sent by Sabir sir. Dear students, please mail your concerns to islive@byju's.com with a concern. So please mention your concern and you will get a response. Okay. Now come back to the question, all of you. Now let's understand the first part. All of you, let's understand the first part. Simple interest for 2 years is total 800 rupees. Right? Now, in the logic of simple interest, we have seen that simple interest remains same. Okay. So if total simple interest is 800 for 2 years, then what will be the simple interest for the first year and the second year respectively? What will be the simple interest for the first year and the second year respectively? Absolutely. So it will be 400 each, right? So 800 rupees will be equally divided because we know that simple interest remains same in every year. So simple interest for the first year will be 400. Simple interest for the second year will be 400. Okay. Now, once again, tell me If the simple interest of first year is 400, then what will be the compound interest for the first year? What will be the compound interest of first year? It should be 400 again, right? So I'll write it as 400. Done? Okay. Now, next thing is, let's assume that R is the rate of interest. All of you focus. Do not read anything else. Just read whatever I'm asking you to do. Okay? Now, if compound interest of the first year is 400 and R is the rate of interest, if compound interest for the first year is 400 and R is the rate of interest, then what will be the compound interest of second year? With the logic that I have explained you earlier, copy the interest of previous year plus R% of the interest of previous year. So can I say that it will be Muni, good, you are near. Others are not even listening to what I'm asking. So it will be 400 plus R% of 400. Right? Can we say this thing? Compound interest of second year, Hemlata, good, you are near. So Hemlata, 400 plus R% of 400, right? Okay. And that should be equal to the remaining compound interest. Total compound interest was 820. Total compound interest was 820. I've got 400 in the first year. So the remaining 420 will be received in the second year. Now from here, get the value of R, and that is the answer. Okay. So R percentage of 400 is equal to 20. So get the value of R. R will be equal to 5. Simplified carefully, you will get the value of R as 5%. All right. So let's quickly stop here for the day. And you have a webinar in 10 minutes. So I'll give you a break for 10 minutes. Okay. So Rani and Megha, have seen your concern. The only thing I can say is please drop a mail once again and somebody will definitely get in touch. Okay. Now how 420, 820 was the total interest, out of which 400 we have received in the first year. Yes, yes, yes. Those who want to drop out of the class, they may take a break for the webinar. Okay, so 820 was the total, 400 in the first year. So the remaining 820 minus 400 is 420. All right. Okay, so friends, we'll stop here for the day. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I have 30,000 interest for 50,000. So 30,000 interest of 50,000 in 3 years. So if I talk about simple interest, it will be 60 divided by 3, that is 20%. Okay. All right. So that's all for the day. Let's see you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye bye.